Fuzzy, fuzzy. Sorry, guys. Trying to get this straight. Probably knock at least one more thing over before the day is over. I already cracked my phone that I'm looking at right now. You know, guess I wouldn't call it one of those days, but welcome to everybody to Dad's Workshop. Just getting started here. We're gonna make another bunk bed. It's gonna take us a while, but today we're gonna put some wood together, beams, and laminate them at 8 feet exactly is where we want to cut them off. I might not even cut them off today. I might just laminate them. So 96 inches, I believe. I don't know exactly what 8 feet is. Let me check. I don't have that memorized. 8 times 12, 96. All right, welcome everybody to Dad's Workshop. We are going to build another bunk bed over the course of the next couple weeks. This is a bunk bed that has now been ordered. So it's going to get built the same exact way, except for better, because now I have I didn't have plans my first go around. I was winging everything. Now I know what to do. I've got that all nailed down. You know, just doing what we do around here, building stuff. Went to the lumber yard today. Check out the Discord. I think I dropped a picture on the Discord. But welcome to Dad's Workshop, where we build stuff with the available materials. Sometimes that's nice stuff and sometimes that's cheaper stuff, but we always build good looking stuff here in Dad's Workshop. 1 2x4 of spruce that I picked out very diligently. And another spruce 2x4 that I picked out so diligently. I was really kidding. They don't like me there because they have a no picking policy at this lumber yard, and I always pick. So I did not know that until today, as a matter of fact. Here we have 2 2x4s. They're going to get joined together on the sides. Very simple process. Very simple process where we glue these two together. So let me kind of get started on that. I'm going to move my bench back a little bit here so I can put these 2x4s on the end. You see this one has, if there's something on the edge, we're going to try to, let's put that to the outside and down. This has a little of curve at the end of it. Is it just me, or is this board like a half an inch longer than the other one? It is. Interesting. You don't usually see that. You want to make sure you get good coverage with glue. I put it in these ketchup bottles. Very handy for this kind of thing. I also sometimes take a shim and scrape it down to make sure it's got, you know, as much square inches of coverage or square feet of coverage that you can get. You want that glue to be strong. And with this, you can end up with as strong a bond as the grain is. So let me find a little shim to scrape this off with. Some people brush this on with a paintbrush. I don't think that's necessary. I'm just going to take this shim, go down the board. Now, if this was multiple slats, I would use my pipe clamps to do it. But because it's just two boards side joint, I don't think I need those. And they take up a lot of space. All right, so I'm going to use smaller clamps to do this. I do think it is possible, you kind of gamble on that a little bit, that the board has a little bit of curve due to the way you clamp it up and the relative humidity, something I've noticed. So now we got enough glue on these two. We're just going to sandwich them together now. Boom, just like that. And we got to clamp it up real tight. It's one way to make sure there's good glue coverage is slide it. Give it a slide back and forth. Down to the end, do another one down there. See a little drippage. I vary the direction of my clamps. There is some bowing in this piece. I thought I saw that in the truck bed. There's like actual bow to it this way. I hope that doesn't mess up my project, but I don't think it will. Who I got here? Ruiz, welcome, Ruiz, friend of the program. I was just on Daniel's video, Daniel's channel, watching that video where he had that just got a Big Mac, put some cheese on it song on there. Just got a Cadillac, put some D's on it. Smushed them together. Yeah. Wow, there is a lot of bowing on this, man. I'm not so happy with that. I wonder if I can actually force it. If I take a piece of wood and clamp it down this way against it, can I force it down? I really need it. I've never had a board that's curved in that direction. At least not a dimensional lumber. I need like a larger shim to do that, I think. Let's see. Just need the right piece of wood for this. This may do it. All right, so it looks like I got like a lengthwise bowing like this, and I thought I saw that looking out my rear view. I was like, is that a piece of wood shaped like a C? So I'm gonna try to fight it a little bit by taking this piece of wood here, and I'm gonna force this down somehow. Maybe I'll clamp something against this side too. I might force that board down. See if I can do that. The higher one is this one here that's facing you all. This is tricky. really tricky, guys. I never had this problem, so this is a new solution to a new problem. Hopefully it's, yep, I can see it moving already. That doesn't mean it's going to work to hold it permanently, but it does push that board down some to have this clamp like this. Not really something I want because it gets in the way. This is a cumbersome job too, by the way. There's clamping together large pieces of wood like this, way more of a pain in the butt than you would think. But once you're done, you have a 4x4 beam basically. Technically, well, what do you call it? So it would be 1.5, 3.5 by this. Sorry I missed Wednesday, guys. Had a errand I had to run. I'm gonna wipe this glue off here. Yeah, there's either English to one board or to the other. We're gonna find out which one it is probably when we're done with this thing. I have to try to use them. They're too expensive not to. You got to put as much pressure on these things as you possibly can. I'll put them through the planer too, so we get a lot of that, whatever kind of English we get in there, it's kind of mitigated. I also don't like glue showing, like anybody. I don't want to see a lot of glue lines. So part of that is like getting it clamped real tight. I'll show you all around too what I got, like my lumber stack that I got. I should probably put this, I'm gonna put another couple clamps on it, but I wanna make sure I don't fall over myself on the way moving this out and make a fool of myself on YouTube in front of the threes of people that I got in here. Appreciate you, Ruiz. You're the best friend of the show. But I won't keep you on here for long because apparently Friday night is definitely not one of my typical nights, and so I understand that. People got stuff to do. All I'm doing down here is just applying another clamp, which apparently, actually the handle on this clamp is now broken, so that clamp is no longer good. I've had one do that before. Lots of firsts today. I broke my phone. Well, I've broken a phone before, but first time I cracked this phone. All right, so I got those. I might put one more clamp on the floor. Bear with me for a second while I move this out of the way. All right, and that's one. And this one here, take off for a tour. So as you know, this is the bed right here. Appreciate you, Ruiz, man. We love you too. This is the bed right here. I put the post up there so I can make a measurement on it. This is a beam that I already joined. That's sitting on top here. I wanted to get an idea. I need these to be longer here. This is not quite long enough. That's one improvement I have to make. But what I was doing was taking it and putting it up against this edge. And what I found was that right here is 96 inches. So what we're gonna do is make these beams 96 inches or cut them off at 96 inches using the beam saw. This is already joined, you can see. This is actually two nice straight pieces of wood. This is gonna be the upper runner. Now this is the lumber that I got today. I really filled the truck up, so I did the best I could to try to get as much as I could today. One thing I did when I made my, sorry y'all see all my sloppy mess over here on my couch. One thing that's important to note is that these runners on the bottom are actually 2x6s. So, and they're sandwiched together, they're joined, side joined together, those 2x6s. And so when I went to the yard today, I was disappointed to find that they didn't have any real good 2x6s. And I'm gonna show you what I found when I was there so you can see. I'm going to show you one of the 2x6s that I got and why it's a problem, right? Here's the 2x6, and I felt a little bit pressured by the lumber yard to buy stuff that I wouldn't normally buy. I tried to explain to them that I need my boards to be fairly well shaped, but they were like, well, we have a no picking policy. Well, I'm a customer, so think about that. The more it kind of irritates me, because what I did was kind of spend money that I wouldn't have spent usually. Didn't see this board completely, let them kind of pick this one out. And this is what happens when you let them pick out your lumber. See the bark on this side? Grade 3, not really even grade 2. It's not great, but I'm still going to use it. All I'm going to do is just, since I've got this square side here, is I'm going to join that against the other 2x6, and then I'll just cut down into this, and there'll be bark on it, and it just won't be perfect, and that's okay. As long as the work is done perfect, it's fine. I think it'll still have personality, because what are you doing? You're using cheap wood to make a nice piece of furniture. That's the idea. That's what we're doing here. So yeah, unfortunately, this is spruce. Lots of knots too. This is a really poor piece of wood. I should have stood up for myself and said, hey look man, with all these knots, structurally it's bad, with the bark, visually it's bad. So this is not a piece of wood I would typically use, but because it's being joined with another 2x6, it's not going to be a huge issue. I don't think I have enough clamps to really clamp up these 2x6s today. I always want to make sure that those are really, like, this board is straight though. That's one thing about it that's going to benefit us. And then I can put it through a planer. I can grind off some of the schmutz on there. Not super happy with that though. Yeah, so I only came on to just hang out for a couple of minutes. I see I've only got a few people in here, and I'm not going to push the envelope too much today. I did want to show you my the lumber that I got. This is a piece of spruce. I'm a guy who likes southern yellow pine, so I actually picked up some southern yellow pine too. As far as my project with the toy blocks is concerned, I'm taking a break on that for a little while. The toy blocks are going to have to take a break. Now this almost looks like treated lumber, right? But this is actually just SYP right here. This is southern yellow pine, which can be a number of different kinds of wood. Usually short-leaf pine. They don't really sell long-leaf pine anymore. But I've noticed that with these, they are much straighter. Structurally, they're better, but they are heavier. So when I was looking at these, yeah, I know, Louise. I should always be right. You're right, bro. The weight is the only thing that kept me from getting the 2x6s in southern yellow pine, because I just am afraid that kind of weight might cause some structural issues. Oh, wow, it's kind of hot. I'm worked up. Just wanted to show you my haul today. I didn't want to spend a long time on here. I'll put this big board back, and if you're new, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out my shorts, check out my videos, join the Discord, drop a comment, and join the family for sure. I will definitely, I'm going to throw this stuff back real quick, talk to y'all for a couple minutes, see if anybody pops in, you know, and then we'll just hit the class, you know. Some things I want to do differently on this bed is obviously, I'll show you some spots, and this is important to know because this is me admitting where I made mistakes. Point out some key mistakes that I made on this bunk bed. We'll do that before I go. Here's one key mistake that I made on these bunk beds. And don't worry about the posts. Those posts are going to get squared off, right? So I just cut these off the other day because I don't need the bridle joint at the top anymore, and they're going to get squared off. Regular schedule next week, Breeze. Yep, regular schedule. Don't leave just yet, though. I want to talk about these mistakes because this is actually value here. Let's look down for a second. This is what the professional woodworkers are judging me for when they go on my channel. That is not a very well cut joint there. You can see it's about double the size of, it doesn't matter structurally because the tenon still sits in the mortise and the pin goes through and holds it tight. But you see how big it is? It's because I miscut that to the wrong size. So on this one, I'm not going to make that mistake. Even here, you will see as I move up the beam, up the post, that mortise is not as bad, but still cut too large. They should be not tight, but they should be snug. Like the board should be a little tricky to get in. You're gonna find that in a couple spots on here. Here's a mortise that I cut too big. You see that one is too big right there? And then the one on the bottom is the right size, basically. The pins, I would prefer to be vertical. So if I could do this again in a way that made the dimensions of these pieces different, I would go down through the wood with the pin rather than through the side, which makes it tricky. So that's one mistake I made. Here's another mistake. The actual length of the bed is really close to that 75-inch mark that you need to fit the twin mattress. Now, I don't know of any king-size bunk beds. Something to think about on this channel, making a king-size bunk bed. It's possible. But this is just barely, man, just a shade too short. The mattress will fit on. In fact, there's going to be width to spare, but lengthwise, there's some issues. So that's another thing I did that I don't love. The bridle joints, which I've already taken off here, off the top, I did not like those. I didn't like the way that one looks. I may keep that one, but mostly not. Problem is that that bridle joint adds structural support, so I have to figure out what's going on with that first. Then another couple things. Down at the end where these dados are cut in, it's too close to the edge, right? So over there, this is stuff you learn when you build without plans. You see how when I was trying to chisel out that one over there, it snapped off and blew out. So it's still in there. It's not a problem. The board's going to be in place. Now remember, I haven't used any nails or screws or anything either. But you see there, piece of wood snapped off. Compare that to what you see over here where it's good. Still, this one that you see on this side here, that one also could pop off at some point, and then the board might be a little loose in there, so that could become a problem later. Flush with the posts. Yes, that's another thing, Ruiz, is that they are not flush with the posts because the dimensions that I got were wrong. The pocket, what do you call it? The like this pocket right here, right? This joint pocket is cut on the wrong side down there, but it doesn't matter. It still has the support that it needs. But yes, on the bed this time, those are going to be cut flush. And also, there will not be boards running all the way through. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the boards off like here. It's only gonna be a half dado, and that way this will leave more support wood here, so like this won't snap off. It'll create a more a secure connection there. Though. Yeah, I love it, man. I still love the bed. I mean, we built it with no nails, no screws, no hardware, all joinery. So I'm super proud of it. It was a good challenge, and we're about to build another one. I think the next one is going to be even better, but those things are things I want to improve upon. The pins, I want to have a universal size hardwood pin that goes through. So these all need to be noted. Hopefully I get that whiteboard and I can write all these things down. But yeah, I still love it. I'm not worried about it. All I'm doing is just pointing out things that next time, hopefully I won't make those mistakes. It's possible, but if we pay attention and try to constantly improve, challenge ourselves to do that, you always end up with a better situation. Appreciate that, Ruiz. I'm gonna go over here for a second with my phone, check the chat real quick, and then I'm gonna sign off for the night. Who you got in there since I got Ruiz here? Let me see. What's on the hockey docket tonight? Hockey docket. In the camera view here. Well, never mind. Shoot. Yeah, so it's the Red Wings and Lightning, the Devils and the Penguins, the Canadiens and the Senators, and the Sharks and the Oilers. Actually, the Wild and the Flames play at 10. That's the one I want to see because the Wild actually can knock the Flames out of the playoffs. But definitely, yeah. I'm proud of it, Ruiz, and I appreciate you being here every time and being loyal to the live stream. And I know the others are too. And Friday night is an odd night to come on, but definitely, I just wanted to pop on to let y'all know that I'm not forgetting about you. I'm here for you. Check out Daniel. Daniel dropped a video. So subscribe to Daniel's channel. Give Daniel some support. But yeah, we're going to be back on Monday at 5:30 doing our normal thing. This time, building this bed, hopefully the right way. There's a lot of good things I did on this bed. I didn't point out all the things I was super proud of, but that's like an every night thing. So yeah, appreciate everybody being here. I don't want to hold anybody. I know it's Friday night. Ruiz, drop something in the Discord just to like put your name in there a little bit, and appreciate everybody being here who came through. Dad's Workshop. We'll be back on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We may add another day on a permanent basis going forward. But appreciate everybody. Yep, little touch-ups and little improvements. That's all we make. I'm really happy with how the braces came out. They worked really well. They support the whole structure, basically. So a lot of good things to talk about that project in general. Yeah, I watched some of the Western Michigan and Denver game. Looked like when I was watching that Western Michigan was firmly in control. Denver is the defending champion of college hockey. So yeah, no, I did watch some of that. Yep. Yeah, a little bit of that Western Michigan and Denver game. Actually, quite a bit of it. Yeah. Yeah, drop your picks for tonight and who you think's going to win the Stanley Cup. I think maybe Capitals got a good chance. Definitely Carolina is good. I like the Wild too, but I think the Blues, they're coming in hot into the playoffs, so we'll see how they do. Appreciate everybody for being here. Don't want to waste any more time. We'll see you all on Monday. Take care. Hug somebody you love. This is Dad's Workshop. Out.